Bismillah walhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullaha haqqa tuqatihi wa la tamutunna illa wa antum muslimun. Ya ayyuhan nasu taqu rabbakumul ladhi khalaqakum min nafsin wahidah wa khalaqa minha zawjaha wa bassa minhuma rijalan katsiran wa nisaa wattaqullaha alladhi tasaaluna bihi wal arham innallaha kana alaykum raqiba. يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن خير الحديث كلام الله وأحسن الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها وكل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار. فالسلام عليكم wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Now, with our sharh of Al-Jami' Li'ibadati Allahi Wahdahu, the commentary of Al-Jami' Li'ibadati Allahi Wahdahu by Shaykh Saalih Al Fawzaan, حفظه ta'ala. The book is by Shaykh Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab, Shaykh al-Islam, rahimahullah ta'ala. So we read the first part, which is where the Shaykh Al-Imam Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab rahimahullah ta'ala said, and he posed a question, فَإِنْ قِيلَ فَمَا الْجَامِعُ لِعِبَادَةِ اللَّهِ وَحْدَهُ. If it is said to you, what is the ta'rif, the definition, that is al-jami, all-encompassing definition of the ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, what would you say and what would your response be? Then he says, قُلْتُ طاعته بامتثال أوامره واجتناب نواهيه. Then I would say that his obedience by obeying all his commands and abstaining from all his prohibitions. That's where we stopped, and we'll continue from there. Shaykh Saalih Al Fawzaan حفظه ta'ala commented, and now he gives us the definition of Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah of al-ibadah. And he says that, according to Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah, it is ismun jami'un likulli ma yuhibbuhu Allah wa yardahu min al-a'mali wal-aqwali al-zahira wal-batina. It is a comprehensive term for everything that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves and which pleases Him of actions and speech which are apparent and which are hidden and internal in the slave. كُلُّ ذَلِكَ إِبَادَةٌ. All of that is ibadah. And Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah has a risala on this where he goes into detail. The name of the risala, the treatise, is Al-Ubudiyyah. Al-Ubudiyyah, in which he goes into length and detail, mentioning in it the definition of al-ibadah. He mentions the different types of ibadah, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has commanded in His book or commanded by the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam in his sunnah. So it is advisable for us to get this book as tullabul ilm, as students of knowledge, this book Al-Ubudiyyah. Now, we should get that book if we want to get into tafsil and details regarding al-ibadah. And then Shaykh Saalih Al Fawzaan حفظه ta'ala says, when Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad ibn Abdul Wahhab says, فَإِنْ قِيلَ يعني لو سُئِلْتَ, if you are asked this question, مَا الْجَامِعُ لِعِبَادَةِ اللَّهِ, أي ما هو تعريف الجامع لعبادة الله باختصار. So he wants a comprehensive definition of ibadah, but it must be brief. So it must be brief, but all entailing. Every meaning and definition of ibadah must be contained in this meaning. Now, and he says that which is all entailing is the obedience of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by obeying all His commands and abstaining from all His prohibitions. Then Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah asked the second question. Now we'll ask our Qari to read Juma bin Idris, inshallah, then we'll get to the commentary of that. Barakallahu fiqh. وَلْيَتَفَضَّلْ مَشْكُورًا مَاجُورًا inshallah.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم اغفر لشيخنا ولوالديه ولحاضرين ولجميع المسلمين آمين. قال الشيخ رحمه الله: فإن قيل فما أنواع العبادة التي لا تصلح إلا لله تعالى؟ قلت: من أنواعها الدعاء والاستعانة والاستغاثة وذبح القربان والنذر والخوف والرجاء والتوكل والإنابة والمحبة والخشية والرهبة والتأله.
نعم.
وركوع وسجود وخشوع.
حسبك. Yeah. Now, so the second question posed by Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad bin Abdul Wahhab, rahimahullah ta'ala, is, if it is said to you, what are the different types of worship which it is not fitting and not proper to be attributed to anyone except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? So if such a question was posed to you, how would you respond? Now, the response should be from its various types is a dua. So before we get to discussing and commenting on a dua, let's analyze these questions of Shaykh al-Islam Muhammad Abdul Wahhab. فَمَا أَنْوَاعُ الْإِبَادَةِ التي لا تصلح إلا لله تعالى. العبادة أنواع كثيرة كما قال الشيخ الإسلام. العبادة اسم جامع لكل ما يحبه الله ويرضاه من الأقوال والأعمال الظاهرة والباطنة. So, worship is of various types, and there are many types of worship, as explained by Shaykh al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah when he said that ibadah, it is a comprehensive term for everything which Allah loves. Now, so as you can see, it's all encompassing. Everything what Allah loves, وَيَرْضَاهُ, and what He is pleased with of actions and speech. Whether these actions are zahir, apparent, that you can see them in the slave, or actions which you cannot see, so because they are in the batin of the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They are concealed in the servant of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَتَكُونُ ظَاهِرًا عَلَى الْجَوَارِحِ. So the apparent actions are actions that are done by the limbs. Now, كَالصَّلَاةِ وَالصِّيَامِ وَالْجِهَادِ وَالْأَمْرُ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَالنَّهْيُ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ وَصِلَةُ الْأَرْحَامِ وَغَيْرِ ذَلِكَ. So you have salah, you have fasting, you have jihad, commanding the good, forbidding the evil, now joining family ties, etc. So these are actions that one can see, they are connected to one's limbs. Now, they are known as the ibadatun zahira, the apparent acts of worship. Then you get the ibadah, the acts of worship, which is batina, which is hidden. And they are connected to the heart. Right? Example like fear, al-khawf, wal-khashya, wal-raghaba, wal-rahaba, naam, wal-mahabba, wal-tawakkul, wal-inaba. هذه كلها عبادات قلبية. All of these are actions connected to the heart of the servant. لا يعلمها إلا الله. And nobody knows about it except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, وَمِنَّا مَا هُوَ عَلَى اللِّسَانِ. And from it is what is upon the tongue. Right? Example, ذِكْرُ اللَّهِ وَالتَّسْبِيحِ, saying subhanallah, وَالتَّهْلِيل, saying la ilaha illallah, وَالتَّحْمِيد, saying alhamdulillah, وَالدَّعْوَةُ إِلَى اللَّهِ, calling to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, inviting to Islam, وَالْأَمْرُ بِالْمَعْرُوفِ وَالنَّهْيِ عَنِ الْمُنْكَرِ, now commanding the good, forbidding the evil, وَالتَّعْلِيمُ لِعِلْمِ النَّافِعِ, and the teaching of beneficial knowledge. Now, teaching of beneficial knowledge. Now, coming to al-khawf, khawf means fear. We all know that. Khashya is to be humble, humility. Now, raghaba is to be desirous of your Lord. Rahaba is to have this fear that makes you abstain from transgressions. Mahabba is love. To love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That love which is ibadah, which has at-ta'zim wa dhul, as we discussed yesterday. Ta'zim is respect, combined with dhul, humility. That type of love is ibadah, and is only for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Tawakkul, putting your trust in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now, al-inaba is turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and depend upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. All of this is connected to the heart. All of these are connected to the heart. So from the different types of ibadah, Shaykh starts off by mentioning ad-du'a. Ad-du'a. So, for du'a, we get the dalil from Surah Ghafir, ayah number 60, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَقَالَ رَبُّكُمُ ادْعُونِي أَسْتَجِبْ لَكُمْ. Your Lord says, call upon me, supplicate to me, I will respond to you all. That's a mahallu shahid. Ud'uni astajib lakum. Call me, call Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Right? Secondly, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Inna alladhina yastakbiruna an ibadati sayadkhuluna jahannama dakhirin. Now, so the supplication must be for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second mahallu shahid, that ibadah, that dua is in fact ibadah. Verily those yastakbiruna an ibadati, those who have pride and are proud, such pride which keeps them away from worshipping me. They will enter into the hellfire debased. So dua is ibadah. Shaykh Saalih Al Fawzaan, حفظه Allah ta'ala says, Amar Allah bi du'aihi wa samma dhalika ibadah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded that the slave supplicates to him, and he named that ibadah, worship. فَقَالَ إِنَّ الَّذِينَ يَسْتَكْبِرُونَ عَنْ عِبَادَتِي, and du'ai. Ibadati there means dua, supplication. وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم الدعاء هو العبادة. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم said, dua is ibadah. This is recorded by Imam Ahmad, Imam At-Tirmidhi, and Ibn Majah, rahimahumullah. فالدعاء هو أعظم أنواع الإبادة. Dua is one of the greatest acts of worship. فمن دعا غير الله من الموتى والمقبورين والجن والشياطين فقد أشرك بالله الشرك الأكبر. Whoever supplicates and calls upon other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, like calling upon the dead, like calling upon those who are buried in the graves, calling upon the jinn, calling upon the shayateen, even calling upon the malaika, no? Supplicating to the malaika or to a prophet, no? Has committed shirk with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because dua is supposed to be only directed to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that shirk is a shirk al-akbar, major shirk. Takes you out of the fold of Islam. قال تعالى وَأَنَّ الْمَسَاجِدَ لِلَّهِ فَلَا تَدْعُوا مَعَ اللَّهِ أَحَدًا. Surah Al-Jinn 18. Verily the masajid they belong to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala while setting up rivals with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in that call, in that supplication. So if you do that, then that is shirk. You have made a nid for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ja'alta lillahi niddan. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, Fad'ullah mukhlisina lahu deen. Ghafir 14. Supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, making your deen sincerely for Him. Mukhlisina lahu fi du'a. Sincerely supplicating to Him. And here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called dua and has labeled it as deen. As deen. In other place Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has called it ibadah. So dua is deen. As Shaykh Saalih Al Fawzaan, حفظه Allah ta'ala says. And dua is the ibadah that is for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala alone. And this is what indicates upon the greatness of dua. وَأَنَّهُ لَا يَجُوزُ أَن يَدْعُوا غَيْرَ اللَّهِ فَإِنَّهُ هُوَ الْقَادِرُ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ. It is not permissible to call other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is able to do all things. So one should supplicate and call upon Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you call and supplicate to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is able to fulfill your needs. He is able to respond to you. And not call upon other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The graves, the dead, the awliya, and so forth, that people these days call upon. Because لأنهم أموات أو جمادات لا تسمعوا الدعاء. Because these rivalries that people set up with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are dead. They are intangible objects. Others which they call upon, they are from the jamadat. غير عاقل. They do not hear the dua. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَوْ سَمِعُوا مَسْتَجَابُوا. If they heard the dua, then they would not be able to respond. That's the other thing. That's in Surah Fatir, ayah number 14. مَا يَقْدِرُونَ عَلَى الْإِجَابَةِ. They will not be able to respond. لِأَنَّهُمْ فُقَرَاءٌ. Because they are fuqara. They lack. They are poor. They are deficient. لَا يَمْلِكُونَ شَيْئًا. They do not own anything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَا يَمْلِكُونَ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَلَا فِي الْأَرْضِ. They do not possess an atom weight of what is in the heavens and neither what is on earth. فَكَيْفَ يَدْعُونَ مَعَ اللَّهِ. How do they supplicate, joining partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in their supplication? بل كيف يترك دعاء الله ويصرف الدعاء لغير الله من هؤلاء الأموات. How do they leave supplicating to Allah and attribute the supplication to other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from those things that are lifeless? والأشجار والأحجار والغائبين, of trees and rocks and those that are not there, that are absent. That's a question. أين عقول بني آدم? Where is the intellect of the children of Adam alayhi salam? تَدْعُو أُنَاسًا لَا يَسْمَعُونَ. Calling upon people that cannot hear. You have the Sufis, they have the sheikhs that are sitting somewhere there in a country, 10,000 kilometers away, and then people sitting here call upon them, thinking that they can respond. They can hear them. So where are their intellect? Where is their intellect? Now, وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ سَمِعُوا. If they had to hear, لَمْ يَقْدِرُوا عَلَى الْإِجَابَةِ. They will not be able to respond. لِأَنَّهُمْ لَا يَمْلِكُونَ شَيْئًا. For the very simple reason that they do not own anything. Whatever you are asking for in your supplication, They do not own it. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yamliku kulla shay. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala owns everything. He is al-mu'ti. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the giver. So you ask the giver directly. And that's the supplication. Not to ask other than the one who owns, who is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yamliku kulla shay. Naam, huwa al-mu'ti. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He will give. Naam. So these people need to come to practicing the sunnah in dua. And that is supplicating to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala directly, as that is ibadah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us all tawfiq. Wa barakallahu feekum. Wa sallallahu ala nabiyyina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Subhanaka Allahumma wa bihamdika. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.